Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to Road to Venus. This video is all about the meaning of your past life number. So if you don't know what your past life number is, I'll leave a link in the description below of my video on how to find out what your past life number is. And also I'll have a link at the end of this video. Brief understanding of what your past life number is. It's basic numerology. It's like your zodiac signs, which is your destiny path line that you are taking through this experience on Earth. These numbers range from 1 to 9. The information about that number and what that number means. So let's jump straight into it. If your path life number is 1, you are represented as the father. Now this is the path life that has the most masculine energy. So you're naturally the born leader. Your energy that you give off and the energy that you perceive to be is quite masculine. This can mean you're very artistic, you're very physical, sport orientated. This can come across as aggressiveness, but also you're very energetic. You're the type of person that needs results. You need physical evidence, but you strive to get to the finish line. You have the understanding of you won't limit yourself to anybody else or anyone. And you're very independent, strong, you're very protective, you're very argumentative, and you're very straight to the point. Other traits about being number 1 and being the father in your past life is you're a very strong individual. You have very strong individuality and you're very individualistic. Sometimes this comes off as much of loneliness and you do feel quite lonely all the time, or you feel that you struggle to fit into a certain group or a certain genre, but you're a very natural born leader, and when you fit in this leader role you feel very comfortable, but it does come with the consequences of feeling detached from this group. You have very strong issues with trust. It causes a boundary because you feel like you need to have control. If something needs to be done right, you need to do it yourself. And this is where it comes really strong in your leadership roles, and you feel like you must take over and you must do things your way and things must happen this way. And it's a very masculine energy trait to have. If your path life number is number 2, you're the opposite to number 1. You are known as the mother, feminine energy in the world. And this is very powerful and has very strong strength, but it's a complete opposite to number 1. You have a very strong power and strength, but this is very underestimated. You are naturally the protector and you are naturally the nurturer. You have this carefree, Mother Earth kind of nature to yourself, this very self-nurturing and this very independent and wanting to help other people. You're very gentle and you're very underestimated in the way you do things. You have this strong understanding for other people and you have this diplomatic way of understanding both sides of situations. You're a natural born peacekeeper. You're the one that people go to for advice, and you're the one that feels like you always work out and sort out every situation. 2s are the ultimate survivor in my eyes, and you are the backbone of your family, wherever that is, your family or your friendship group as well. You are naturally the backbone of every situation. You're the glue that keeps the peace in that community. For a 2, it is very hard for you to get your message across. People always underestimate your abilities. People don't realize the mentality you have and the strength and the determination you have. You come across as weakness. People don't underestimate the mental ability you have as well. You are naturally born leader, but with different traits of how you perceive leadership. You see it as a democracy. People underestimate your abilities because you are so caring and so nurturing. You believe in equality very strongly. You have this side of you that wants to become the masculine energy, and sometimes when your messages don't get across, you can snap quite easily, and it works as a bottling system. You bottle every issue up, and then when one little thing sets you off, that's when you seem to go on this attack range. Just remember, you are the peacekeeper. You are the one that nurtures and has that loving energy, and it's you that keeps the glue to every situation. So don't try to change your traits, because you are actually the energy that spreads love and independence. If your path life number is a 3, you are the talented child. You are the natural born salesman. You have this charm and this creativity. You also are able to change the mood in any situation you're in, and you are like the life of the party. You're the star child in your family. You have this natural gift for creativity and talent. You seem to have the gift to be able to pick things up quite easily. You do have this eye for detail, you do have this eye for growth, and you do have this eye for organization. Now, sometimes this comes across as really strong, independent, spoiled, jealous nature. It almost comes across as you are the spoiled teenager. This comes across as sometimes as being very ungrateful and not knowing what you have around you. Your personality is often portrayed as protecting yourself, and you have this strong personality to want to showboat and show what you have worked for. Now, this is a great trait to have. This gives other people inspiration to be more like you, but this needs to be taken in a way where you do it in a caring and motivational way. You have a large group of friends, but you struggle to bond with people on a one-on-one, but you are able to be a life at the party, and you kind of strive for individuality. You have this optimistic view on the world, and you tend to draw people with the same positive energies that you give off. However, 3, you're also your biggest weakness. You are self-destructive, and you do throw yourself in the firing line just to try and get that extra leap forward. You run too fast to situations. You need to slow down and analyze the situations around you before you make big sacrificing leaps, because you're very self-destructive sometimes when you want things to move too quickly, too forcefully. And sometimes this is due to your lack of focus and your procrastination. If your path life number is a 4, you are the organizer. You're the most stable and independent path to take in this lifetime. Very optimistic, and you do look for stability and organization in everything you do. Base your life on logic, answers, organization. You're the planners. You're the one that needs strong details of each plan and paths to take. You're also very hardworking and very reliable. You're an asset to have in every situation. You naturally want to take over and organize people, places, and routines. And you have this strong belief that things go wrong when organization isn't met to your need. You are a very trustworthy and very reliable person, and people look to you for advice on organization and getting back on the right track. However, sometimes you are perceived to be quite boring and very routine, and considered sometimes obnoxious. You have a very dry sense of humor, and you find happiness by proving your accomplishment. 4s are also quite humble and romantic, but you hate public affection, and you are quite happy to continue doing what you were doing. However, sometimes you do come across quite stubborn, but this is great. This makes you the fierce warrior and the fierce leader, and you are definitely a power play in strong leadership roles. Sadly, you have an undeveloped sense for imagination, but this puts you in great roles to organize and work out other things in life as well. You are great with numbers, you are great with words, and you do need to be in an environment that organizes a large group of people that cannot organize themselves. You are best placed large businesses, doing rosters, doing organizations for events and things, but more behind the scenes. You need an artistic person to work next to you. You definitely would be great to be a CEO of a company or an assistant manager to an owner of a very large company. You feel comfortable in having rules and regulations set in place and routines set in place. You're a to-do list person, you're a mark on your calendar person, and you believe everything runs smoothly and will run smoothly if it's organized to your capability. 4s, you go very far in life very quickly due to your planning and organization, and you do strive to find comfort in being organized. Now, 5s, you're the opposite to 4s. You are known as the free spirit. 5s are a whirlwind of energy. They crave creativity and they crave adventure. They hate routine. They love taking a risk. A 5's family view them as being very independent. 5s are also very honest and loyal, but people sometimes perceive a 5 to be very selfish, thoughtless, and irresponsible due of their nature to not want to be in a routine. 5s are the backpackers of the world. They're the painters, they're the dancers. For a 5, change is necessary. You have a need for freedom and expression. This often creates a struggle for you in career or focusing on a career. Once a 5 feels comfortable in a situation they're in, they feel like it's time to leave. And people feel like that you're a whirlwind of disaster that everyone must clean up after you. However, when a 5 puts their mind to something, they will accomplish that with flying colours. It always surprises friends and family on 5. They don't understand the dedication and a focus has on a 5 when they want to accomplish something. 5s are so independent. It is best for a 5 to be an entrepreneur or own their own business. Have a natural ability to teach other people to become independent and show them the power of their independence. On to 6. 6s are the fixers. They are naturally the world's fixers and they'll protect anyone they love with any cost, family and friends. 6s are the glue that holds families and communities together. 6s have a strong moral justice and the role of a counsellor comes naturally. You're a down-to-earth wisdom and it makes people find you respectful quite easily. 6s are also considered as being very harmless and being very approachable. You have a natural gift to form relationships, different levels and bases with a wide range of people. Sadly, however, 6s have a bad judge of character and you tend to give advice to the wrong people at the wrong time, which leads you to your downfall sometimes and causes quite a few arguments around your life. And this leads you to sacrificing yourself to the wrong people as well. You have this urge to create an environment of peace. You're also a peacekeeper of the world. You strive to make the world around you very peaceful and respectful, but basing this on a system of law. And you dislike anyone that tries to disrupt this peace, but you do deal with this in a very peaceful manner. You have this lovely energy of openness and optimistic, but this also gives you a vulnerability of letting people take advantage of you. 7s, you are the philosophers. You have a very strong mix of intellectual creativity and practical logic. You are the puzzle solvers. You see a puzzle and you strive to solve it. You also have this natural ability and you are drawn to solving the unknown mysteries. You are literally the mystery solvers of the world. When your life is stable, you are the life of the party. You bring this witty charm and you have this really creative spin twist on other people's view. You are known as being very unique. You're the interesting person and people are naturally quite drawn to you for your witty character or your creativity, but also your wittiness and your analytical life path you choose to take can also lead you to the path of loneliness or being misunderstood or not fitting into society. 7s, you also prefer to work alone. You value your own personal space and privacy. However, this can lead to your downfall if you give yourself too much space. This is where you lead the life of loneliness, very misunderstood. Now 8s, you are the professionals. You fit in the careers of business, finance and authority. You are also still considered very spiritual and one of the main spiritual path lives to take. You have a very strong balance of being focused. You still easily destroy this balance and focus. 8s, you focus all on money. However, this does not just mean that you strive for money, but you see money as security. You find happiness in luxury. You find happiness in being successful in your career base. You are very ambitious and you strive to be the best of the best in a very physical sense. You enjoy meeting deadlines and meeting the requirements of a task that is asked for you. You enjoy counseling others and expressing your opinions and helping other people gain the results of what you have. This is best for you to approach this in a coaching role. However, an 8 can also lead the path of being way too independent. And if an 8 is not given the necessary support when they are younger, they can lead to a path of rebellion. This can lead to a lot of frustration, anger, dysfunction, and hatred. You have a great potential for success and a strive to meet this. However, sometimes with too much independence and too much ego can lead to your self-destruction and also lead to your potential to fail. 9s, you are the humanitarians, and when it comes to helping, they see no difference between a close friend and a person they've never met before. However, you have a difficult time understanding why others do not share your views and you often preach your own opinion. 9s are the best judgment and most curious of all the past life numbers. 9s also have a dark side. You're often disappointed with reality of life and especially those around you. You also find it very hard to be in deep, meaningful relationships because you have a hard time showing your heart. This can make you feel really withdrawn and turn cold and empathetic quite frequently. Sometimes people perceive you to be egotistic and cruel. 9s also have the urge to create a life path for other people. 9s also want people to be quite successful and complete missions, tasks and goals. However, 9s who expect this to be done your way. And this is where you feel you are let down when people don't meet your expectations because they haven't completed the task in the way you have described this task to take place. 9s need to learn to step back. You guys need to learn to rest, take it easy, and know that things don't have to be accomplished in a certain way at a certain time. There are 2 more past life numbers that are very important, and if you reach the past life number of 11 or 22, very, very important past life numbers, and they are very, very rare to come across. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Also comment below what your past life number is. Also, if you're new here, hey, I'm Peter. Welcome to Road to Venus. Please subscribe. And until next time, beautiful people, peace and love.